Okay, class. Now we move on to the main part of today's lesson, which is how to construct, right, a sentence in English, right? We will start small, right, and then we will build up our sentence, okay, into more complicated ones, right? We will start with simple sentence. Now, does anyone in the class know what is a simple sentence? Anyone know? Raise your hand. Okay. Feel free to speak your mind. Right. How about the one in the at the back of the class? Yes, you in the red shirt. Yes, yeah. So what is a simple sentence? What is a simple sentence? Mhm. Now, I want you guys to remember, right? There are some rules that you guys need to remember, right? So first, you guys need to remember the structure of a sentence. That's really important because you guys want to what? Write a sentence without grammatical errors, right? And that's the reason why you guys need to remember the structure, right? So how many ways to make like a simple sentence in English? There are two ways, okay? Two, I'll introduce you to two ways of constructing a simple sentence in English, okay? Okay, so the first one, okay, so S plus V plus O. Now, I am quite confident that you guys are familiar with these letters S, V, and O. So S, what is S? Right, S is a subject. So what is a subject? My subjects is, you guys can understand, simple, right? Pronouns, right? Like I, for example, I go to school, right? So I is a subject, and I is what is the type of the word I, the pronoun, right? Yes. Okay, good. And we have a verb, right? And this verb has to agree, right, with the pronouns. Oh, sorry, the subjects, right? Depending on the tense. And today our tense is simple tense. Okay, simple present. Okay, okay, good, good. Am I too fast? Okay, so if I'm speaking too fast or there is anything that you guys don't know, just feel free to pause me, right? Feel free to raise your hand and then I'll slow down, okay, for you guys. All right, so object. What's an object? An object is, let's say, an animal, an object like this pen or a person, right? It can be many things, but it is at the receiving end of the verb. Okay, so for example, okay, here I is a subject, right? Hit is a is a verb. Hit is a verb, right? And my friend is an O, right? I hit my friend, okay? S V and O. All right. Now that I give you the structure, I give you an example. Okay, I will move on to the next structure. Okay, the second structure. Remember, I said two, right? This is one and two. C. Okay, so we have S again, S, be, and adjective. Now the difference, right? The difference. Okay, two different ways. Now, let's say I'll give you an example. You can see it. I am beautiful. Okay, so beautiful is an adjective, right? We put it right behind it to be. Okay, right behind it to be. Okay, and this to be is what? Is, and are, right? It has to agree with the subject, the pronoun, right? So he, she, it, we have is, right? Are, you, we, they, we have, you, we, they, we have are, and I, we have right? So remember that, right? They are related to what? Our tense, right? Which we have talked earlier, right? In the previous part of the lessons, okay? Cool. So these are two ways, right? I have just introduced two ways to construct a simple sentence. Remember, simple, right? So this is what? This is the most, right, fundamental, or I should say the most basic, right, structures, sentence structures in English. And I want you guys to remember by heart, all right, these two structures, because we will use these structures to build our sentences up to more complex, more, right, complicated ones, right? And we will move on to our next part, which is to learn about what compound sentence, how we can use these, how we can connect and build a compound sentence based on what we learned about simple, right? Simple sentence, okay? And then complex sentences, all right? Okay, so this is what? This is a first step, right? Now, so the basics are very important. We cannot take them for granted. So I will give you 4 minutes to practice. So what are we doing with this practice? In this practice, we will have to construct sentences. Each each of you has to write down 4 sentences about yourself. You can write, or you can write about your family, right? Because our topic today is family, so I expect you to write about your family, right? And and remember to uh, to conjugate the verbs and to use the right, okay, the right to be for the subject, for the pronoun, okay? And also try to follow the structures, okay? 2 structures I give you guys. Get it? I'll give you 4 minutes to practice independently, right? I give you 2 examples. You can look at the example, my example, and okay, and go on with your work. Okay. After that, I will check. Okay, I will check your work. Now I will go around the class, right? And if you guys need any help, you guys can raise your hand.